Guys, I'm really excited to receive the horses. Today is my birthday. I think I couldn't wish for a better feeling. This is it.
So, right, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depends on wherever you're watching from. Now, the first consignment of the horses by I Am Marwa from South Africa has already arrived, and there'll be more consignments coming. Man, being a hater is not worth it. How can you hate on this guy? And he's making moves after moves, achievement after achievement. I can easily say and I can confidently say that this is perhaps the biggest and the best year for I Am Marwa. This is a guy who had a plan from January to December. He knew what he wanted to achieve. I even think the pregnancy with Rocio was something planned. He wanted to have a child on the month of November. Imagine, guys, in 1 week, the achievements he's made within 1 week, just this week alone. He managed to play the flight tickets for his in-laws. He just celebrated his son's birthday. He has celebrated his birthday. And the first consignment of the horses are already in Nyabohanse, in his villa. How do you hate a guy who is achieving one achievement after the other, one achievement after the other? And now this is what I'm going to say. The villagers may not like it, but the young people are learning something. It is possible. Marwa is proving something. It is possible. And I love the confidence in this guy. Some people may think he's being cocky, but I do not see it as being cocky. I love the confidence with this young man. Once he decides that he wants to do something, he goes ahead and does it. As much as people would be, if you check most of the comment sections there, you realize there are people who tell him, hey, Marwa, first of all, finish the rails in your house. The child can fall. Finish the kitchen. Finish this, and this. But now I'm starting to understand what Marwa thinks about. Marwa is not an indoors guy. This is not a guy who thrives by staying. He's not an introvert. He's an extrovert. This is a guy who thrives in moving from one place to the other. The other thing that people forget is that this guy has traveled to about 70 countries globally. Now, with that global impact on his thinking, there's something he knows that me and you, maybe we don't know. The one thing I suspect is that having traveled for quite some time, he has come to the conclusion that east or west, home is the best. He has kind of figured out that he has better experiences and natural experiences. He feels more at peace when he's at Nyabohanse. But now, something happened. He started asking himself, fine, I want to come back home and I want to stay here. So what will I be doing? And that's where maybe he started figuring out, I will need horses. I will need a swimming pool. I need to keep myself busy. I will need a tour company. And by the way, I also had forgotten that. In the same week, he also launched his travel company. So this is a guy who is looking at his future and he's thinking Africa. He wants to spend more time within Africa, within his village. That's where he wants to retire. And this guy is just 35 years old. So even if he's going to have future travels, they're going to be a little bit like slow key. It's going to be low key. He's not going to have that pressure like he used to when he was starting. He has already figured out things. He wants to make sure by the time he starts traveling again, everything back home is already figured out. And this is the beauty about it. He has loyalists on his side. We have people like Etiriva, we have people like Mayugno, we have people like Itsnasto, we have Daniel, we have Priska Sagati. They're in the village. Not forgetting, his mom just retired the other day and she was there when the first consignment was brought. So what that means is, even if he were to travel for a whole month, nothing is going to fail. All his projects will continue as if he's still within the village. Now, being Marwa at this particular time is a big flex. The whole of this year, he has done little travels outside the country. And the most amazing thing is, he has managed to drop content after content after content. And that tells you something else about Marwa. This is a guy who adapts to the environment very fast. He is very diverse as well. That shows you that his way of thinking is very smart. All the other content creators, if they don't do the content in the village, they are done. And I have seen most of these content creators in that village, once they try to come out of that village to do content outside, the first thing they do is they struggle a lot. But with Marwa, it's different. I'm even curious to see what the haters are going to say about his new his new arrivals. I'm curious to see. I mean, if you've been watching his content, if you're not motivated, it's either you're selfish or you're motivated if you watch his content. Because this guy has a lot going for him. Imagine within 1 week, you launch your company, you bring your in-laws in the country, the first consignment of the horses are here, you've celebrated your son's birthday, you've also celebrated your birthday. And mark you, Marwa has already settled his family. Remember, his mom, Congrats mom, is a content creator. His sister, Dimwango, is a content creator. And his small brother, David Jr., is also a content creator. And they're making content day after day after day. So you have 4 people in a family who are completely independent and they're making a lot of money in the process. Remember, guys, David Jr. is having a project, the condominium he's building. Dimwango is having a project. She already started. And here Marwa is doing more. So even in future, and I want you to look at these guys. I really need you to look at this without being emotional. Look at it. In future, Dimwango, Congrats Mom, David Jr. are going to live independently. But where? Within the village. What kind of an who else wouldn't want such kind of an achievement where if I want to see my sister, I know where to get her. And I will not be invading her privacy. She has her things figured out. If I want to see my brother, I know where to find him. And I will not be invading his privacy. Because he is within the village and he's making big moves as well. And mark you, Marwa is only 35 years old. Imagine what he's going to be doing if he continues being consistent. If he continues with this pace, imagine by the time he's 45, where he will be, the achievements he will have had. The only thing I pray and I hope is now that these horses will be taken care of very well. Well, when I saw those consignments, by the way, it was a bittersweet moment for me because I'm not a hater. So I was like, man, I love to see the way these horses look. They look healthy. But I also pray that he's going to have somebody who's going to take care of them very well so that he does not experience what he has experienced in the past. You remember, like, some of his horses died. And I couldn't hide but smile when I was looking at Malaika on just jumping and happy. They are no longer going to be lonely. There are more than 6 horses now. But I pray that he's going to finish up with the project, setting up where the horses are going to be staying, and that they're not going to die anymore. And by the way, I've heard that they would like to start breeding some of these horses, which tells you once they start breeding, it's another source of income. I mean, you guys, when you watch this content, are you watching content to learn, to get motivated, or to hate? Because there's a lot to learn from this guy. He's not perfect, and I've always repeated that. If I want to sit here and say some of the things I don't like him, I would also say it. But there are people who are gifted in doing that, so I do not need to compete with them. I'm going to stay here and tell you there are things you need to learn. By the way, there are so many lessons to learn. Imagine from through this year alone, we can count the achievements of Marwa, and I'll be discussing them. I'll have a video specifically to discuss the achievements Marwa has made within 1 year. Like, I started watching him consistently from there around June or May. I've always watched his content, but this year I started watching him seriously, like a devotion, since May. And I can tell you for sure the achievement he has made within 1 year are the kind of an achievement some people will make in 40 years, in 30 years, in 20 years. Some will never make that kind of an achievement. Achievement number one, if you were to think about the achievements, this guy, he bought a Land Cruiser, he bought a Mercedes Benz, and those were his personal projects. The same year, he has built a 5.4 million house. Well, it's the donations that built that house, but it is the influence that he has had that built that house. This year, Goko's house, Brian's house, 5.4 million Kenyan shillings. We are talking about that is $54,000, $54,000 to build that house in a month, 1 month. Imagine. Leave alone that. You guys think about the number of students who are receiving donations, who are being educated courtesy of Marwa. How many? There are students going to college, there are students going to high school, there are students going for primary education, courtesy of Marwa. And then you want me to sit here and start hating on a guy who is making changes within his community. You want me to sit here and hate on that guy? Hell no. Hell no. I will not be that kind of an African man. I'm not jealous and I will not hate. You see, most of the people in that village, they do not live with an abundance kind of a mindset. The poverty mindset makes them think that when somebody is just purchasing and purchasing and purchasing things, they are doing it to flex. And Ayamaru is just chasing his vision. He's just chasing his dreams. You cannot blame Ayamaru for buying horses. You cannot blame Ayamaru for buying a Land Cruiser. You can't blame him for having a Mercedes Benz, for having a villa. You can't. This is a young guy who is just chasing his dreams. And he's achieving them. As a matter of fact. This is a guy who just wanted to settle his parents once they retire. He has achieved it. And he dared dream big. He did not look at the limitations. He does not look that the mom is retired. But he encouraged her to join the platform and started getting herself busy. Now her mom is also a content creator. And you might wonder now, why she is even interested in saving money? She wants to support her family. This is a family that has figured out. This is a family that knows to act like kings. And we guys, when we watch, we want to act like lunatics. Oh, the Ondari family is the one that's breeding chaos in that village. Which chaos? The Ondari family has brought light in that village. So I am Marwa. Wherever you are, I know it might not be possible to watch this video, but I'm happy to see what you're doing. And I'm impressed by the kind of an image you're portraying for us Africans. That you can dream big. You can pursue and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. The only limitations we as human beings have is within ourselves. But once you do it, once you start doing it, somehow God works it out and it works out for you. And I love the Nike. I love the Nike slogan. Just do it. And that's what Ayamaru is doing. He has no limitations. He's just pursuing whatever he wants to pursue because he knows It was once a dream. He understands his past. He understands where he comes from. He has visited so many countries and have seen how people are living. He has been to towns. He has been to clubs. He has been to the streets. He has been to the villages. And with all those concepts, he figured out, this is what I want for myself. And people want to fight him because Marwa is sticking to his plan against doing what people want him to do. He, for heaven's sake, he has his own brain. He can think for himself and pursue whatever he wants to pursue. So again, on this one, I'm proud of what he's managed to do. And that's all I'm gonna say for this video. Otherwise, please guys, please subscribe to my channel. Take me to levels I would not have ever thought I would reach. And I'll try my best to drop my analysis of the whole village content. I'll try as much as I can to release content after content after content. So please subscribe, share, like, comment. You can criticize as much as you would like. This is an open platform where we're just having a conversation. We can talk. I would also want to learn 1 or 2, 3 things from you guys. Other than that, I'm going to wish you a lovely, lovely week. Today is a Monday morning here in Kenya. And see you in the next one. Subscribe. Thank you.